Good evening. Welcome to Game Recognized Game on CURIOLAB TV. I'm your host, Monochrome Sweatsuit. We have a very exciting show tonight with a very special guest, and we're going to get into all that. But real quick, if you haven't got the chance yet, go subscribe, smash that button right now. Then go watch this past week's episode of Paint Party Online. We had a killer episode with a guest, Alexa. Yes, Alexa. We had an Alexis recently, too, so I kind of have to separate the two. So on the VOD series, you'll find an Alexis and an Alexa. I'm talking about Alexa. That's who was here Tuesday night. Great episode. I did a very bad painting that I still don't feel good about, but everyone else's were fantastic. So go watch that VOD. But without further ado, we are going to get into tonight's episode featuring a former guest of Paint Party Online. So I want to get into featuring none other than Adia. Adia, welcome to Game Recognized Games. Third ever episode, the third ever guest.
Yeah.
New to the show, not new to the network. You've seen her before, but tonight you're going to hear from her in a new way. We did a playlist show before on Paint Party where we checked out the whole catalog.
Yeah.
And we got familiar with the sound, but we kind of decided after that you need to know more about Adia as Adia. So we're going to get into that tonight through a series of riveting questions. I've got fired up, but we've got something else kind of poking out here in the middle that we're also going to fire up. We've got a pretty large game of Jenga just staring down the barrel at us here.
It's creepy.
It's pretty creepy.
Yeah.
We're getting close to October, so it's it's fine. It's fine if it's creepy, but there's something different. There's a die. Is it dice or die? I never know. I feel like if I say it's a die, it sounds like I know what I'm talking about more.
Yeah.
But I feel like if someone said it's a dice, I'd be like, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Right away. So
Either way. Let's say die.
Okay.
Yeah,
Die.
I'm just gonna go
Got
with
it.
die.
This die we're using for our Jenga game tonight. There's rules online you can look up for how to play Jenga with a die, and I would encourage you to do so, but our rules aren't going to follow that. Our rules are going to assign a certain instruction based on what number you end up rolling. And do we have a version of those rules? We could. Oh yeah, there we go. Let me move. Yeah, there we go, baby.
Yeah.
If you roll, there we go. If you roll a 1, let me find it. If you roll a 1, that's one leg. You're hopping or standing on one leg to remove a block. If you get a 2, that's non-dominant hand, all right? You got to use your non-dominant hand for that. If we're going to do a 3, you get a guest to do your turn for you. And fortunately for us in the studio tonight, we have more than one guest. So yeah, there it is. Thank you. Mm-hmm. So we have several people here tonight that could fulfill that duty. Sorry, I'm way off mic right now. I'm fired up, all right?
Fired up, baby.
I'll go over that last rule again. If we hit 3, the guest takes a turn. We have lots of guests tonight, okay? Going into turn 4, this is chaotic, isn't it? Yeah. All right, turn number 4 here. All right, I don't see the rules anymore. Stand by. Hold on. That's them. Okay, they're in front of me. No. You have to spin in a circle 8 times. 8 times and then remove a piece. If you spin a 5, you have to remove a piece with your eyes closed. And if you spin a 6, you got to remove a piece from like behind your back. Kind of one of those moves. So that's it. That's what we're doing tonight.
That's what we're doing.
I think since you're our guest tonight, I think you get the first roll.
Wow, thank you. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you for coming tonight. Thank you for being on Game Recognized Game.
Yeah, I can't promise to be good, but I will play. I'm just going to roll it on the floor.
Roll it on the ground. That's a 2. So you have non-dominant hand. You have to remove a piece.
All right.
And before you venture into this, I'm opening up the interview right now, okay? Who is Adia?
Okay. Well, Adia is just a writer, but at this point, I'm just a performance artist who can't choose a thing to do, so I just do everything.
So you're a little bit multifaceted in skill set, artistically. So we could call you a musician.
Yeah.
We could call you a performance artist.
Mm-hmm. And I guess like a writer and a dancer and an excellent chef.
You're like a Renaissance maven.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
Renaissance maven. That's what I want to put next to your name when we have you on the show moving forward in the future is
I love that.
Adia, Renaissance Maven.
I
like
love that. And I love the word Mave.
Me too.
I love that word.
I'm going to go for it.
Let's do this.
I got a 6, so I have to do the behind the back, of course, the first move of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, while I'm attempting to do this, tell us a little about where you're from.
Well, my family is from Jamaica and Costa Rica, and so even though I grew up here, I really consider myself just like an islander. Like I feel like the jungle is always going to kind of like be where I feel like I'm from, but I actually grew up in Atlanta. Yeah, I've been here probably since I was about 9 months old. So basically from Atlanta, but mainly from the islands, from the jungle.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Do I have to put the blocks up? Oh, I have to keep building.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Okay. Here, since I took one.
I've never played this game before.
Me neither. Not this way.
I'm like, I thought you just like took the blocks out. I guess
Okay.
it's fine.
Here we go. All right. I'm not mad at that. Okay. Right on. Okay. Here we go. You're up.
Wow.
You're up.
I feel like this has already gotten so hard, but let's see.
That's going to be one leg,
I
and
got that. I'm Rock Lee tonight, so I got that.
you've got shin pads on. I'm pointing that out to everyone who can't see that.
Oh. They can barely see them.
Those shin pads are sick.
But yeah. Got the Rock Lees on.
Yeah, that's a pro move for when you're going to play Jenga. Is you want to make sure you got shin pads because things could get out of hand.
Yeah, things could get crazy. Very nuts. Oh, one leg.
You got to one leg it.
Okay, I got that. But yeah,
I'll go ahead and throw it out there. I'm pretty psyched that we both haven't done this before because this does make me feel a lot better about like not knowing exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah, we're in this together without a paddle.
I like that.
We're in this together. We're just gonna use our hands and just to build
We
it.
got to stack it.
I can just put it here, right?
I think. Yeah, I think so. Okay.
Anything weird.
I applaud you because that was for one leg. I mean, you didn't budge. That was very solid.
Yeah, I'm a dancer, so.
So like they tell snipers to have a steady hand, so you got a steady leg.
Yeah.
So if I need you to stay balanced for anything where my leg's gonna tremble, I'm gonna ask you.
Yeah. Perfect.
Well, leading us up to that, tell us how you found music. How did you find music?
Good question. Glad you asked me that. I feel like my father, just from like singing to me in the womb, like just made me a musical person. I can't confirm that or not, but my dad is like this, like in my opinion, one of the greatest musicians alive. But he, my mom just told me that he sang to me in the womb, and
So you have a pretty musical family.
yeah. Well,
That's awesome.
my dad, really. My mom is like she's like a lover of the arts, so like she's what people would say, like, you know, those people who like go to all like the concerts and festivals, like that was kind of my mom.
Right on.
Like I guess like in the 70s or something. But yeah, she basically told me from like I was like 2 or 3 years old that if there was like people like singing in church or like just any sort of like group singing or anything happening, like I would always just like run up to it or just like feel like very like drawn to like music or anything musical. So
Do you remember at what age you were like, I think I want to write my own music?
I wrote my first song actually when I want to say I was like 12 or 13.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
It
That's
was
the
like
perfect age.
Yeah, it was just like so random. I was just like, it was just like something I had always written a diary growing up. Always written a diary like just like about like things that would happen in school, just like little stuff like crushes. And there was this person that like I had a crush on, but I also had like 3 other crushes, so I had to like choose, and it was like really dramatic for like a 12-year-old, but like that was the nature of me from that time. So I wrote like this song about like whatever longing I had. I don't know where that came from. To this day, I'm just like, where did that come from? But
How do you feel about have you ever heard the saying that a good song says the things you can't say in a conversation?
I haven't, but I like that.
Someone I respect told me that, and I've always really liked that, and I always want to ask other people who are writers how they feel about that.
Yeah, that makes sense a lot, because most of my songs are about people. I'm going to roll again so I don't get the same thing. I want to do something else.
That was non-dominant hand.
Yeah, that was non-dominant hand.
We're going again here.
But, you know, we gotta make it harder for me. I'm too good at this game. Okay.
Eyes closed.
Okay.
That's about as hard as it gets.
Okay.
So,
I'm going full Rock Lee at this point. So, like, I'm about to use all my senses right now, and I'm going to do this.
We're going to talk like I'm a pro golf commentator.
But, was I answering a question, or was I done answering
I was
a
asking you how you felt about, you know, do you feel like songs express what you can't say in a normal conversation?
Oh, yeah. Most of my songs are about people that, like, I have like a secret like crush on or something. So it's always like, oh yeah, like this is the thing that like I cannot actually talk about. Like this is what it is. And it's like at that point my next thought is like, okay, should I play it for them and like see if I can start some shit, or like should I just like keep this to myself as like my own personal sort of memento for this feeling and this moment in my life.
I really like that. I've never heard anyone put that way. And that is a very cool way of approaching that.
Thank you. I honestly like...
And you just did that too, by the way. Like you just got it out. You can open your eyes.
That's awesome.
I knew I was doing it, but I don't know. Doing it with your eyes closed is very weird.
Yeah, it's like you're denied the whole sensory experience. You did that totally smooth though, smooth hand.
I was like,
totally
am
steady.
I ruining this?
At no point was I actually fearful you were gonna knock it over. So kudos, that was awesome. Do you have any early influences?
Yeah. So since my family's mainly like very Jamaican, a lot of my early influences are like reggae artists or like funk. My mom was like a big like funk person. So because of that, like I love like orchestra and like sort of like really grand compositions like that you would get, you know, with all the little funk bands like Earth, Wind and Fire and stuff like that. And I love all the harmonies and stuff. Like I'm always using harmonies. I feel like
That's a great harmony band.
Yeah, and also I think because of going to church, being able to be involved in the choir and like being really oriented with like sound and like layered sound and singing with people, and
You have a great ear for harmony.
I love it. And it was like the hardest thing for me to ever like do as a vocalist. Like there was a point where I was crying. My vocal coach was trying to get me to harmonize on my own, and I swore I couldn't do it, and I'm like, I can't do it. And she's like, oh, eyes closed again, I'll do it. And it was just like so traumatic, but like I finally did it. And then after that I was like, yeah, like this is like heavenly, like I have a superpower now. It's kind of how I felt. So
I kind of feel about harmony personally, like it's kind of like a lot of people always use the expression, it's like riding a bike, to imply that something is easy, but I actually want to say it's like riding a bike in a different sense.
yeah.
All of the time that you don't know how to ride a bike while you're learning to ride a bike is terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
You're falling, you're eating shit, it's scary.
Yeah.
But then once it's there, it's just like this sensory thing where you're like, oh, I feel like this is just a part of my natural movement now, where I can do this. and harmony kind of feels like an inner sense of that.
Yeah.
To where you can't touch it, you can't see it. You can feel harmony,
Yeah.
but you can't touch it or see it.
Yeah. You have to literally like vibe with it.
Yep.
Which now that I can, it's like it's something that like I feel like I hear all the time and everything. But it was hard. It was a hard thing
Your
for me
training
to learn.
is like one of those things though that, to your point, once it's there, it changes your whole sensory experience, and in your music I can hear that you're very in tune with it. So
Thank you.
let's crank those tunes right now.
Yeah.
How would you describe your sound?
I don't know if this is like I don't know how this is gonna sound, but I feel like I just make music
Diamond?
for movies. Like, I feel like my music is just like for soundtracks and like for experiences and for like moments in time that like you can like directly connect with the song, because that's how personal it is for me, I guess. But when I'm making a song, it feels like there's this story that I'm adapting, and it's like adapting that and making it sort of, what's the word? Come on, get in here.
We have our first guest shot coming in.
Come
Diamond's
on in
coming in
here.
to remove a piece
Do it.
real quick.
I mean, literally.
If you came in and Godzilla'd the whole thing,
I would be so fine with it, honestly. It would be a
be
good
an agent
moment.
of chaos.
But at this point when I make music, I just want to make people feel like wherever they are physically, like my music can take them somewhere else, and that place may be scary, that place may be uneasy or confusing. Awesome.
Thank you.
Diamond.
That was
Thank
awesome.
you. Thank you for your
Thank you, Diamond,
contribution.
for the assist.
Awesome. Diamond was also very involved in the FaceTime video.
We're
We'll
gonna
get to that.
We're gonna get into all that. So if I were gonna, assuming that I'm in an elevator pitch scenario, let's pretend I'm a cigar smoking Hollywood bigwig, right? If I had to take some adjectives away from what you just described to me, cinematic, enveloping, captures the spectrum of human feeling and experience, but also has the ability to be transformative.
Yes. And emotional. It's a big thing. Everything that I do, I feel like it has to be emotional. I have to spin around now 8 times.
8 times. I'll count them off. I'll count it. I'll hold your
So,
mic for you if you want.
Thank you. Yes, I'm going to need somebody.
I'm talking in stereo. Here we go. She's about to start it off. Here we go. Spinning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, here we go. Where will she go? Which piece will she remove? Will the dizziness be too much? And the answer is no. Handled it like a champ. Handle that like a champ.
Yep, I did that.
Okay, let's see if let's see what happens here. That's a 5.
That's
so
a
I gotta go
5.
eyes closed again.
You got
Okay.
this.
All right, here we go. Sorry, I'm throwing that out so
It's okay,
far.
no. That was a power throw.
Okay, here we go. I'm trying a different technique here. Eyes are closed.
Eyes are closed.
Eyes are totally closed. I'm trying one that I thought was going to be easy to push. It feels like it kind of is, but it also feels like if I push wide here, the whole thing is going to go. And if I pull too fast, the whole thing could go.
It could just fall over on me. My life is in your hands.
I'm easing along right now so carefully.
Keep your stance balanced.
I'm pretending like I'm a firefighter trying to avoid the backdraft.
Yep. Stay away from that draft.
Okay. I really did pick a pretty like this. This one does not want to budge. This is not.
Yeah, this is getting kind of crazy.
Oh no.
You're good though. You're good. You're not wobbling. Nothing's wobbling yet.
Oh, I felt that.
Something is happening.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson, San Andreas type vibes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's about to get real interesting. If you can just Yep.
I'm hearing everyone laughing here. It's like
You got this. See, you yes. Yes. There we go.
Woo!
There we go.
That was close. Okay. Thank you for the support, everyone. That was.
Got you.
All right, I got to look at my interview questions.
Bow.
Woo! Okay. You rolled a 6. This is a behind the back. Now, I'm going to go ahead and take this opportunity because you've got a pretty killer sense of fashion every single time you come on CurioLab. And I want to ask about that for a moment. What are your fashion influences? You always have dope outfits.
Thank you. I feel like, to be very honest, my fashion sense comes from like it's inspired by like not wanting to conform. I grew up going to a school where I had to wear a uniform, and so I would always wear things that basically weren't a part of the uniform, but to like make myself look different than everyone else. I always wanted to like wear a scarf or a cardigan or a belt or like behind the back. And so I think from that point on, I got interested in like altering all the clothes that I would buy. Like if I would buy a pair of jeans,
She did it.
I'd want to, add like a pocket or like rip it up or like draw on it or like something to make it
stand out.
Yeah, like that's kind of like my early sort of inspiration. At this point, I'm like inspired a lot by like just like the new couture that comes out, like people experimenting with material that isn't traditionally used for clothes. So like plastics and metals and like weird mesh materials that people create. So like now I'm just trying to, when I get ready, I'm trying to think about what can make this look like it's not clothes. It's like futuristic, like I'm, coming up with some new shit.
Is there anyone whose style that stands out to you as someone that is doing 2021 right?
Right now, I can speak like for who I've been watching in the past week. Right now, there's this he's a DJ, but his name is Mims, and he makes kind of like hardware jewelry. So he uses like handcuffs and like different like cool like metally hooky type things, and it's very grungy, and it's like it looks almost like it hurts to wear it. Almost, or like it's heavy and it looks very weighted, and something about that I like. And
weighted accessories feel empowering.
Yeah, and especially when they're like things that you wouldn't expect to be used in that way. It's like, I kind of want to put that on. So that's like one of my big inspirations right now, or like people that I think about when I'm getting ready.
Well, earlier today on your social media, you were getting, I believe I saw a post where you were like, which way am I going to roll on tonight with my eyebrows?
Mm-hmm.
Look at chat right now.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You tend to always come on looking cool. That was why I had to stop and ask those questions. But I now am going to hand you the die back, and I'm going to ask you, I know what's going to be a tough question. Desert Island 3 albums. What are 3 albums Adia can't live without?
All right, so
You gotta spin in a circle again. Here, I'll hold your mic.
This is gonna be great. She's gonna be a little dizzy when she gets done with this one.
All right, here we go. 1, 2. She's going faster this time. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
okay, so these are actually from the same artist, which is like kind of crazy, but
We're getting to that point of the game where it's like there's no easy. We've almost got all the easy ones.
shit.
Yeah, I know. That's how I felt.
Ooh. I think I got this one, maybe. If it falls.
Fortune favors the bold.
If it falls. Okay. Well, I would say this moment. Okay. Okay, this
It
moment
looks
is
like
okay.
you've got it.
This moment. Oh. Oh no.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! That is giant Jenga. That is giant Jenga. That was pretty impactful, actually. That was a lot harder than I thought it was gonna hit.
Are you okay?
Oh my god, that was like such a crazy moment.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Yes, that happened.
It's okay. That was powerful.
Wow. Yeah. Well, now I can answer the question.
This seems like I'm going to start to reassemble, and I want you to you be at peace right now. I'm going to rebuild this. I will rebuild.
This is like a cool performance arts piece. It's just like Jenga just like spilled over the floor, and it just like means something.
Well,
something to do with capitalism or something.
I feel like what it also it's also a good timeline for the interview where like that artist was about to be a really big deal so now that's where we logically have to jump back in.
Logically.
What artist occupies 3 slots on your desert island list? That sounds like a great artist.
Yeah. His name is Sufjan Stevens.
Oh, great choice.
I found out about him, I want to say late in his career, because he's been making music since I was, very, very young. But it would probably be Carrie and Lowell, which is more recent. The Age of Az, which came out, I don't know, a long time ago. And then he's got an album called Illinois, but he spells it like noise.
I like that record a lot.
Yeah, and those 3 could pretty much carry me into the afterlife. Like, there's actually another one that's basically just like composition. Like, there's no songwriting or anything on it. But I forget the name of that, but I mean, he's really any 3 of his albums would literally do. He's got so much songwriting. I don't know any word but realness to it. It's like
Level of authenticity there.
yeah, it's like the same way that I was saying my music. I like to think about it as like movie music. Like it seems like he's writing his literal life in every song. And that's really powerful to do for so long.
Oh,
like,
yeah. Very long career.
Like 3 albums about your life, like, but like 15, you're writing. Like, you're, like, spilling everything. And that's really powerful and really admirable. A lot of people can't write for that long and that good for so long. So
Now, let's pretend this island has a band on his albums. If there were other artists that were going to fill out that roster, if let's say I were going to say excluding those records, what are some others that might creep in?
Kid Cudi's God damn it, what was that one called? The one where it was like he had the Andre 3000 feature on it. God damn it. I wish I had one of those like people like in the podcast that were just like Googling shit like while you were.
I'm about to be that person Googling on my phone.
But oh man, I forget the album, but he came out with God damn it. I'm going to find it. But basically Kid Cudi.
We're not above looking stuff up on this show because you know why? We keep it real.
Yeah, we're game recognizing game.
Yeah, this
okay?
is an artist-run network of independent creatives, and you know what? Not all of us know everything all the time. That's not everyone's job.
Yeah, I have so much music in my head. I cannot keep every name down in my head, but Kid Cudi's like definitely like on the top of the list because I feel like his music is very ethereal. And yeah, so it was Passion, Pain, and Demon Slayin'. That was a very, very amazing album to me. And then the one right before that, Indicud, was equally, if not better. His like the environments he creates with his music, I think, is like, I don't know, something I've always tried to achieve in some form or another. One of the songs that was playing tonight, it's called Heart, or it's called Recover, but I try to call it Heart. And that song was really inspired by him and like his instrumentation and stuff like that. So
yeah, I think we're gonna play the track right now.
Yeah. Play it.
So we are on round 2 of Jenga, and we're about to get into some music video questions here soon. Because we're 17 minutes to the premiere.
Oh, shoot.
So I got one more non-music video question. If you had a dream lineup, any musicians to play with, dead or alive, go for it. Who is it?
So
Be your band to back you up.
a couple of them are problematic, but it's okay. They will be resurrected and therefore forgiven for all their sins.
I like that.
But I would definitely put Ray Charles front and center. He'd be my piano / lead helper guy.
Hey, but he'd be the band director?
No. I wouldn't let him direct. I would let him direct horns. But I wouldn't let him direct anybody else. I've got my personal reasons for that. I've watched his biopic, so.
Oh, okay. Say no more. Say no more.
I know the kind of leader he is. Anyways, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Ray. I'm apologizing to Ray. And then I would have straight up Michael Jackson. Like, just straight up.
Real talk, who wouldn't?
Like,
You know what I mean? Real talk. Like, everyone wants to talk trash. Like, I can't believe,
But then, like, if 1977 Michael Jackson were like, hey, like, I want to jam, you'd be like, okay.
Yes.
yes, I
There's
want
not
to.
many, like, singer-dancers that, like, I idolize that much. Like, you know, you can say what you will, and there's a lot of things. Like I said, these are some problematic choices, but I think his stage presence and the way that he was so, like, humble and, like, I don't know, I feel like he really gave everything that he possibly could to the world. And that's something I strive to be able to do, is to, like, really give myself into every single performance, into, like, you know, my voice, into everything that makes you a performance artist. So
on that note, I'm going to hand you the die, and I'm going to start to say you're kicking off this game. And tell us about FaceTime.
Okay.
Tell us about your new song. Tell us about what's going on.
Well, I wrote FaceTime now going on 2 years ago. And what am I doing? Oh, guest shot. I choose Yanni.
We have a guest. We have a guest.
I choose Yanni because Yanni needs a little wake up call tonight.
All right.
You know?
And it's the first move of the game too.
But
So it should be wide open at least from
Yeah.
that perspective.
yeah, it's very wide open. You got an easy shot on you. But where should I look? I don't know.
Everybody, welcome Yanni to CURIOLAB TV.
I'm blocking it. Oh, there we go. That's a good shot. That's a good shot.
Perfect.
But yeah, FaceTime.
Hell yeah.
FaceTime was a song that I wrote after like a really long writing hiatus, and I decided that I was gonna try something new and like try something a little more upbeat and try to put this really emotional song into like a really like bright world. And the person that I wrote about it probably still doesn't know it's about them. They've heard it, but I didn't say anything.
I'm learning this is par for the course for you. We may have to ask with every song, like, is this crush in the room?
Yeah. Yeah, there's so many crushes. But no, I decided that I didn't really care about them anymore, and that I was tired of the conversation that happened after I played a song for someone that was about them, because it normally was very underwhelming for me. It was a very underwhelming conversation because I'm like, oh yeah, this song is great. They're gonna totally be obsessed with me now because I wrote a song about them. But most times it's not the case, because the people that I write about are oftentimes I'm writing about them because I know there's nothing else that I can do as far as like that relationship per se. So it's like, okay, I'll just write a song and like be done with it, basically. That's kind of like how I'm approaching it now. I can't really choose what I write about. It's more of like, okay, like this makes me like feel strongly enough, so I'm gonna do it. But this is one of those songs that were like, it was me kind of liberating myself out of needing that person anymore. So I was just like, yeah.
Did any of that play into how you were thinking about doing the video?
No.
Okay.
Not even close.
Let's go ahead and let's stop there and tell us about the making of the video.
Yeah, so this is basically my first like official music video that I did. And it really only happened because I just so happened to have the people in my life that were able to help me with it. It was really intimidating for me to like try to like go out and like seek people who wanted to work with me. And so I had, Max.
Max is running camera right now, by the way, everybody. Big shout out to
Yeah.
Max.
Max.
You have a 6, by the way, so you're behind the back.
Oh yeah, my partner in crime, and Max just so happened to have like tons of like amazing. I'm gonna choose another one. Tons of like amazing friends who like helped us out. I'm about to make this fall again.
It's moving, but I think you're okay. If you slow and steady, yes, keep that rate that you're going there, and I think you're okay.
Jenga is so crazy.
It is. It's
Like, how is this even?
probably gonna be doing it more.
And it was like, it was all very divine. We didn't have much money to like put into it, but
Did you film it in the Atlanta area?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it was like a friend or family, friend's house, and everything was very like organic and just real like casual, and it was a really good like first video experience. I don't know. I think the idea for it, I wanted to have a story that was like completely the opposite of what I was going through. So I wanted to just find a situation that was like okay, this is like not anything that I've gone through. Like but this also has some sort of parallel themes.
That was my next question I wanted to ask you was, do the song and the video mirror each other in terms of they're about the same thing, or is the video a separate piece of art that accompanies the song?
Yeah, so I think what the video is trying to say overall is different. It's kind of like a different like theme, but there are moments in the song, like there are certain things that I say that will like randomly like line up with the story. And if I really wanted to, I could probably tie the whole video into the song, like through some like cool analysis perspective. But I feel my message with the song is like I have boundaries and I have rights as a person and as a person who has like, you know, feelings and who has standards, and I'm not gonna compromise myself and like not be true to those, you know, to those standards and to those boundaries. And in the video, the main character is basically kind of like saying the same thing, that like they want to be like more in control of their lives, and so it's kind of mainly similar in that way.
Okay.
Yeah. And it'll make sense after.
I can't wait. How far out are we? Okay, so as we are getting closer to the premiere of the music video for FaceTime, I want to take this last... We got to get some moves out of the way here. We got to hyper roll. I'm going to ask you, is there anything else that you want the people to know before we take our short intermission before the premiere of the video? That's another behind the back. You could re-roll if you want.
Yeah. Okay. That's another.
It's all behind the back.
It's all behind the back these days.
Guest shot. Max.
Come on, Max.
Max is out from behind the camera. Max is now. Here we go. Perfect. That was quick.
Stop showing
quick.
off.
Oh, look at him. Look. Okay, thank you, Max. Thank you, Max.
Off. How rude. But I guess what I will say about FaceTime is that at least with the visuals. Oh yeah, I wasn't even counting. Thank goodness you were counting. You're gonna be spinning for a while if it was just like me standing over here. So I was just gonna be like, yep. But but
still dizzy.
yeah, it's gonna last a while. I'm gonna have to reorient. But what was I answering again?
Anything else you want the people to know before we start to cut into the world premiere?
Well, I do want to say that like this would have not been possible without my cast and crew, Jay and Mez, which aren't here today. Did amazing, like supporting me in their roles, and Francis and Diamond and Max and Parker, who was our editor, and especially Max, who did so much work directing and really. What am I doing? Why am I doing this?
You got a roll still. I don't know. I was watching. I was like, you're working on it. I'm not mad at it, but.
All right, last one, last roll of the game, and then we're hitting the soak.
Yeah, I don't know, like what I was like.
You are non-dominant hand.
Okay, I was doing it right anyway. I was using my left hand anyway. Just because I was holding this with my right hand, so I was like, all right, well. But I'm gonna drop this. I'm just gonna. Can I just be the person?
We've got it. It's about to be San Andreas again the day after tomorrow.
I think I can get it though.
This is a
I've, like-
structural engineer's
I've, like,
nightmare.
I've been like giving up on like trying to be good at this game.
I don't know. You're doing pretty well. Look at that. Look at that. Final move of the game before the soak. I want to thank Adia for answering the questions that people want to know while delivering a killer performance in our first ever Jumbo Jenga. That was awesome. With
That
a
was
good
awesome. Yeah, that was a great.
That was a good
high
vibe.
five.
It was percussive. We had good connection. We're going to take a really short intermission, and when we come back, we're going to hit the world premiere of FaceTime by Adia.
Trying to do made me think that it was gonna be
When he used to call me FaceTime, what you doing, what you want? Do you have the time for my bullshit? I could make it if I want. I could give you what you want, even if we're playing dumb. I'll pretend that I'm the two, only if you're the one. Anyway, gotta spin it, tell her I'm the work, you're my employee. And if she don't believe it, tell her I'm the drugs and you're fiending. Then you went and switched it, took away the dick for her sanity. Now I'm fucking tripping. if you had to. You were gonna pay it back if it killed you. You were gonna change your life for me, psych. You were gonna tell a lie. Where's your alibi, baby? You were at the scene of the crime. Now I see what you were trying to do. Made me think that it was gonna be me and you, but you always had a little backup plan. You were gonna stay your ass where you was, yeah.
Welcome back, everybody, to Game Recognized Game. We just checked out the world premiere of FaceTime from Adia. The video's sick.
That was crazy.
You have so much purple and green going on in a way that just gets me jacked.
Yeah.
Like, that visually is a very cool video to watch. Like,
yeah.
one, you crushed it.
Thank
Costumes
you.
were awesome.
Thank you.
I like the multi-shots. You're really good at lip syncing on camera and making it look like that was you singing in the middle of the jungle. So that was awesome.
Thank you, man. Thank you. That was like, I don't know. It seemed like it took nothing, but in the moments, it felt like I was using so much energy and not even able to portray enough emotion. So I was like so worried about that. So
It's like the nature of music videos. Hurry up and wait, and then like it's time to do the thing, and then you're like feel weird about actually doing it. Then you go back and watch it, and you're like, in your case, that was awesome.
yeah. Thank you.
I'm gonna go ahead and applaud the whole crew that was involved with that music video. I'm clapping directly at some of them
Everyone.
right now with this under the armpit SM57
Everyone.
technique.
Yes.
I could do the rest of the interview that way,
Let's
but
just
my arm's going to go to sleep, so I
Yeah.
won't do that. But what I will ask is two more things.
yes.
Where can we find your music?
We can find my music on SoundCloud. Adia Davina is my SoundCloud, Spotify, and Apple, and Apple Music name.
If you click the links in chat, there's like you will get the links right there.
Go to those links. Those are important links. But mainly on SoundCloud, I like that platform the best, so I use it the most. And also, if you just go to my Instagram, I have like a link to everything there as well. So, yeah.
What is next for Adia?
Next, I am now working on a project. Hopefully, I can. Well, I'm not gonna say hopefully. I will be able to collaborate with like all my friends on it. I want to continue to like be like very community oriented with like my process and like working with people and stuff. So I want to work with you. I want to have you on the project.
I want to work. I want to work with you. We're gonna be doing some work in this room and in some other rooms in this house. There's rooms. We're gonna be doing work. And you heard it here first.
Yes.
The collab is imminent. Get ready for it because it's going to be almost too much for you. So you heard it here first on CURIOLAB, on Game Recognized Game. I want to thank Adia for coming on as our third ever guest and for just being awesome as always. It's always a pleasure having you on, and we look forward to having you back. I want to thank Max for running camera.
Thank you.
I want to thank Diamond, right?
Amazing energy.
And we have one more tucked back in the chair back here. I'm beyond the shot right now, so you can't see him actually getting closer.
Yeah.
I'm getting closer to him. We have one more guest back here. I'm trying to lure him out.
Bring him up here. It's okay.
He's
you don't have to come up
he's
here.
ducked out. I want to thank everyone tonight. I want to thank Francis, technical production.
Thank you,
Thank you for handling and making the show happen.
The magic maker.
I'm your host, Monochrome Sweatsuit. This has been Game Recognized Game. Thank you and good night.
Good night, folks.